Now 6:44. I'm live in Boston as part of our 22 News team coverage in the days leading up to this year's 118th Boston Marathon. Now last year, when the bombs went off just before 3 o'clock down on Boylston Street near the finish line, those sidewalks were packed with crowds. People were there to cheer on those runners as they crossed the finish line. It started out as a beautiful sunny day, April 15th, but as we know, that quickly changed into a nightmare. 22 News went back to that neighborhood. We went to the two spots where the bombs went off, and we talked to business managers who were right there and saw that terror and chaos right out their storefront windows. But despite the deadly tragedy that happened there last year, it could not destroy the treasured tradition that the Boston Marathon is.
It was just a normal type of day, and then that all changed.
Forum manager Chris Loper said he'll never forget the way his restaurant staff jumped into action in those 2 to 3 minutes. It felt like eternity until police and EMS could get to where the bombs went off near the Boylston Street finish line. Servers and bartenders sprinted with linens and ice, tearing cloth to make tourniquets for those bleeding victims.
It was amazing to watch. I mean, 18, 19-year-old kids doing everything that they could to help those that were injured in what was really like a war scene. Our staff were the only ones here.
This 12-block area around the finish line remained a crime scene, completely blocked off for 10 days following the bombings. Many businesses and restaurants didn't fully reopen for months. But even this site of a terrible tragedy didn't keep people away. They came from across Massachusetts and around the world to show their support for Boston.
We've been busy ever since, so we've had a lot of support, a lot of curiosity, and we had 4 months to do the best that we could in our business to make people proud to come back in here.
Just a few doors down at the site of the first bombing, Marathon sports manager Shane O'Hara has been overwhelmed by that same outpouring and Boston's strong spirit.
If anything, it just put a little black mark on us, a little chip in the armor, but it didn't stop us. You know, I think we came right back, and we're bigger and stronger than we ever were before.
There's a sign that still hangs in the running store today. It served as a message to customers until the doors could open again. It reads, "We all stand as one, and we will run again. We are all Boston."
Every city can claim that they have the best sports fans, including New England, but I will definitely guarantee we'll have the best running fans, bar none.
Forum reopened 4 months to the day following the marathon bombings, August 15th. They had a huge party on a Friday night with a New Orleans brass band, fittingly by the name Rebirth. That band played and they danced along the street from the finish line to the front door of that newly renovated restaurant and bar. Now this year, the head of marketing for Forum, along with Shane O'Hara from Marathon Sports, they'll be among the thousands of runners in this year's Boston Marathon.